Good afternoon, everybody. Pigskin Pete here. Happy Friday to everybody. Two reasons for today's video, because I didn't plan on making a video today. Now, admittedly, anybody that knows me knows I'm not a huge basketball fan. I do care about all Clemson sports, okay, whether it's baseball, basketball, football. I don't care about women's basketball so much because I'm not a Gamecock fan. But I'll get into that in a second. So tonight, Clemson plays New Mexico State in the tournament. Now look, they should win this game. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of people online picking New Mexico State to win this game, and look, they might. I mean, hell, like I said, we saw some big upsets last night in the first round, and that happens in the tournament. But Clemson has this is not a normal Clemson team, okay? I mean, they've beaten North Carolina, they've beaten Miami, they've beaten Florida State. I think they did lose to Virginia, who is the best team in the country so far, as far as we know. But I have Clemson going to the Sweet 16. I have them beating New Mexico State tonight, and I have them winning the next round, whether it's against either Auburn or the College of Charleston. Listen, like I said, I'm no basketball expert, so your guess is as good as mine. But I think that they are good enough, even though their best player in Dante Grantham got hurt earlier in the season, that they can make at least some noise. And if they make it to the Sweet 16, then it's anybody's game. But they have to win tonight. They have to win on Sunday to make that happen. But so today, I was on my way to work. It was 4:30 in the morning. I stopped at the gas station to get some gas. And of course, I'm always wearing a Clemson hat, whether it's this one, or this one, or this one, or any of the other 50 Clemson hats I have. I'm pumping gas. There's nobody in sight. Guy pulls up next to me, gets out. Gamecock fan. Where I live, Gamecock fans are like cockroaches, and about as smart too. So the guy sees my Clemson hat, and this is what all Gamecock fans do around here. I see Gamecock fans everywhere. I don't say shit to them because I don't have nothing to say to them. I mean, it's like I'm not going to be a bully and just every Gamecock fan I see start saying how terrible they are. So this guy decides, like most Gamecock fans do in my area, to start running his mouth. And of course, like most Gamecock fans, I dismiss him because they're dismissible human beings for the most part. Single-celled organisms. Not very smart, not very knowledgeable about their own team. Most of them don't even know what they're saying. They just see a orange paw and start freaking out and automatically need a safe space. So anyway, the guy starts running his mouth. And then he starts running his mouth about, and I couldn't even believe this. So normally when you hear a Gamecock fan talking trash, they start talking about football, which is stupid to begin with because we've owned them for 100 years and they suck. Always have, always will. But the guy starts running his mouth about basketball. The dude, you would have thought the dude was from New Mexico, talking about how New Mexico is going to spank Clemson. I'm just standing there, smiling at the guy, pumping my gas. Then he starts talking about baseball. Now, if you're not from the state of South Carolina, or you're not a Clemson fan or a South Carolina fan, you may not know. But 2 years in a row now, well, for football longer, 4 years in a row for football, 100 years in a row for football. 2 years in a row, we've won our series against South Carolina. 2 years in a row, we've won our series against South Carolina and basketball, too, this year. We're ranked in the top 10, I think. Pretty sure we're in the top 10 in baseball this year. We've already beat South Carolina 2 out of 3 this year. So we've owned them in every major sport. Basketball, baseball, and football since the beginning of time. And this guy doesn't seem to understand that. So he starts yapping his mouth about the game tonight. So I say to him, I was like, yeah, so what time do you play today? And he's like, oh, very funny. I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, that's very funny, but we did play you guys. We play you guys every year in basketball. Well, what happened in that game? Oh, very funny. I'm like, well, just like, a week and a half ago, we had a 3-game series with you guys in baseball. I don't really follow baseball, so maybe you can educate me. What happened in those games? Oh, very funny. Yeah, it's funny to me because you suck and you get beat by Clemson in every sport, not just this year, but last year and even in years before that. The only leg you have to stand on, the only thing they ever say is the same lame crap. We won a College World Series back in 2011 or whenever it was. Well, good for you. It's 2018, sir. And I didn't approach you, you approached me. If you are going to walk up to strangers and start challenging what team you represent, don't be losing to them every year in every sport in the recent history and expect not to get owned. This guy is not only potato, full potato. Anyway, I told him, I said, look, sir, beat us in something other than ice hockey, which we don't have in the South because nobody in the South plays hockey, right? That might be the only thing they could beat us in, or curling, or maybe women's basketball. Come back, beat us, and then meet me here at this gas station, and then you can talk shit. Until then, when you pull up next to a Clemson fan at a gas station, keep your potato mouth shut. That's simple. You can't win. There's no winning. And you know a lot about not winning already. Not winning is your forte. Dude gets in his car and speeds off, all mad, because he realized that he probably shouldn't have opened his mouth in the first place. I wouldn't bother him. Just another, I won't even say it, just another Gamecock fan who's angry that he has nothing to brag about at all. I always ask, why do you make these videos about the Gamecocks? Why are you so obsessed with the Gamecocks? I'm not obsessed with them. They are obsessed with Clemson. And you have to grow up and live where I live to understand this. But this is a daily occurrence for me. There's a 50% chance on any given day that when I walk out of the house and I have some sort of Clemson gear on, that I'm going to be approached by one of these idiots. And that's what it all comes down to. So I made a promise a long time ago, because I got tired of the harassment from the Boom Chickens, that I was going to use whatever platform I had, whatever voice I had, to rag on them. And even though I'm not the one that usually initiates the harassment, other than on my videos, but not in public, well, this is what you get, sir. This is what, not only you, sir, but other Gamecock fans on YouTube and wherever else. This is what you get. And if you want to silence me and shut me up, do something about it. Pigskin Pete, checking out.